Okay, this image was provided by Manish Desai. Manish wasn't so happy about the lighting and the noise in this image. I personally think it is not bad actually in noise wise, but of course the lighting wise it is bit dull. That may be because the flash gun has not been used. However, let's see how we can improve this image. I have opened this image into Camera Raw, and now I'm going to do the best I can to improve this image. So let's see what we can do. As I can, well, I rather do try always the auto first and see what benefit we get out of it. So I'll try auto. Well, at least it gives better light. So I think I will use auto mode, and then I will try to reduce the noise. There we go. And then let's reduce and see how it looks. Looks not bad actually. Might go for little clarity as well. Not too much though. Maybe, I don't know, 3 to 5, but I'll stick to, I don't know, about 4. And then see at the best fitted on the screen. Let me try auto on white balance as well and see how it looks. Okay, I think the original is better as shot. I'll leave that there. I don't know, maybe I'll reduce manually just a tiny bit if I can. I don't know. Okay, so that's that. Now what I would like to do is I would like to use adjustment brush in Camera Raw. So select the adjustment brush and then adjust the exposure and all the other sliders as you wish. Well, I have adjusted the exposure to plus 0.70 and shadows plus 30. I have left the rest as it is, and then I would like to use it on the face only, leaving the other things as it is. That's it. That should do for me. Yeah, let me try this skin here and see how it looks. Yeah, I might as well go for that as well. And I'm not too sure about this dress. Yeah, I think I'll go for that as well. It's best to have better lighting if we can, which I think it is improving. There we go. and then I think click open image by holding the shift, which means I will open object rather than image. There we go. That will open the image into Photoshop. Then I would like to right click here and select new smart object via copy. That will give me another layer of the same image. That means I can work individually on both layers. What I do on top layer will not affect on the bottom, and what I do on bottom layer will not affect on the top. So let's do some changes on top layer and see how it looks. What I would like to do, actually, I'm not too sure whether this will work or not, but I would like to reduce the yellowness of the image. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click here to select the color, which is yellow, and then drag left towards the left. Not too much, just tiny, I would say around 15, and then click OK, or rather click here. Which is, of course, I personally think better than a little better before. Yeah. Now I would like to select the bottom layer and double click, which will take me back into camera raw, and then go to HSL, where we can adjust the saturation and luminance. I would like to reduce orange here about, I don't know, this much, maybe 32, and then luminance to increase about 50, 40, I don't know, 46, between 46 to 50 anyway. Why am I doing this? Well, I want the color of the skin as original as possible, not yellow. So that is the reason I'm doing this. Okay, and then once you are happy, click OK. Remember, whatever I'm doing here is according to what I think is right, or probably you can say that as per my liking, but of course you can do as you like. Anyway, to bring that changes into the main image, I will click the top layer and then click the mask, and then select the brush by clicking B on keyboard, and then making sure that you have got black as a foreground color. Let me bring my palette up here so that you will know. Here we go. Yeah, this is the black color of the foreground. Click on the mask here. Make sure the opacity is 100% and flow is 100%, and then increase the size of the brush as you require and brush it over on the skin part only, which will obviously change the color of the skin. We don't want to touch anything else because we are concerned about the skin and skin only. Like I said, I am doing this as per my liking. and you will have to do what you like. Okay, here we go. So this is the skin tone towards the originality rather than yellow. Okay, the hand I just did looks a bit too bright, so I will undo it by Command, Control and Z, and then reduce the opacity to, I would say, around 40 to 50, and then do it again, which will make it a bit realistic rather than too bright. Okay. Now I would select the top layer, which is hue saturation, and then click Shift, Alt, Command and E. If you are using PC, then Shift, Control and Alt and then E, which will give you new layer, which is combination of the all bottom layers. Then I will go to filter, I'll go to sharpen and then unsharp mask. That will give a little bit of punch in this image, as well as a little bit of sharpness. Now if you click this preview button, you will see the difference. On, that's off, that's on, that's off. Of course, it is personal choice. If you don't like it, don't do it. So I'll accept that changes to click OK. There we go. Now what I would like to do is create a new layer for dodging and burning, because I want this eye a little bit bright than what it is now. So let me make the size bigger so that we can see what we are doing. Okay, now holding Alt, click this sign of new layer, then you will get this box. You can write D and B, meaning dodging and burning, and then the mode from normal to overlay, and click this box, fill with overlay natural color 50% gray, and then click OK. And then click O to select the dodging and burning tool, which is this one. Okay. Now if you go around the eyes, it will obviously increase the brightness. Okay, the exposure is only 30% here, as you can see at the top left. Okay, I will increase that a little bit more to about 25 and then do it again. Now if you click this icon, eye icon, on and off, you will see the before and after. This is before, this is after. Before, after. Okay. I think I'm happy with what it is now. I see a little bit of highlight on the nose line, so what I will do is I will hold Alt and then brush over. Now that is a bit too much, I think, so I will undo it. And you know what? what, in fact I'll use eraser brush. So click E on keyboard to select eraser, or you can click here on the tools. Okay, select eraser brush with 50% opacity rather than 100, around 50 I would say, and then brush it over to reduce what you just did. There we go. If you click this eye icon, you will see before and after. Okay, I think I'm happy with this. Now I will create composite snap again by holding Shift, Alt, Command or Control and then E while the top layer is selected, and then select mixer brush. If you go to brush by clicking B and then select the mixer brush right at the bottom, and then click a new layer, you better name it mixer brush MB, and then adjust your size of the brush and then do what you want to do. Actually what I want to do is I want to smoothen the skin than what it is now. So I will brush it very carefully by not touching any outlines. Of course you have to adjust your brush size as you go along. Okay, there we go. And there we go. You have to be very careful you don't touch any outlines, because otherwise you will lose the 3D look. You will lose that, so be careful. Okay, there we go. I'm doing it very carefully, and then once I actually finish this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce the opacity of what I just did, because then that will balance between the work, the original and the work I did. Okay, mind you, this is not 100% work. This is I'm doing very quick because otherwise the video will be too long. So I'm doing roughly. Okay, we can do actually on this skin here as well, but I'm not doing it. I'm just actually doing this for knowledge purpose. Okay, so I'm happy now. Okay, more or less. So what I will do now is I will reduce the opacity, making sure it's not very heavy, not very light. And then to check it out, close and open this icon to see the before, after, before, after. There we go. So that's what it is. Okay, so let's go back to this smaller size, and then if you want to see before and after, just hold Alt and click this first icon of eye. That will show you before and after, before, after. Of course this before is not 100% before, because we have done some work on this layer as well in camera raw, but it gives you little idea of before and after. Now before we make any mistakes, let's select the brush and select the normal brush. Okay. Once again, we will create the composite snap by holding Shift, Alt, Command or Control, then E. And then go to Filter, Sharpen, Unsharp Mask, and see if that helps in any way. This is before, this is after. I think it is helping a little. So I will go there and then click OK. Okay, now I will make a duplicate of this layer by dragging and dropping onto the this icon next to the bin, which is for the new layer, or you can do by control or command and J. That will give you new layer. Then go to filter, high pass. Let me do it again because I have done this. Filter, other, high pass. Around 1.3 will do for this particular image. Then click OK. Okay, here we go. Oops. All right, and then go again on filter, topaz, and then topaz denoise. Okay, and then increase the overall strength as you wish, and then recover detail. Okay, and then click OK. We click on normal and then select liner light where we can see our image. If you click this eye icon, you will see the changes we just did, because that's before and that's after. And then you click filter, sharpen, smart sharpen. That is only if you want to sharpen your image. If you don't want to sharpen your image, you don't have to do this. The only reason I'm showing you this is just in case if you want to sharpen it, because this is the best way of sharpening your image here. Okay, so I will leave this setting as it is for this particular image, and then click OK. I know it is a bit too much, but I just did it anyway. If you see it, it is a bit too much actually. This is 100% and you can see it's too much sharpening. So what you can do actually is you can reduce from here by, I would say, 29% maybe. Okay, or maybe even less if you want. Or what you can do is leave it 100% and then control or command plus Z to undo sharpening. That will undo the sharpening. But I will reduce the opacity anyway to, I would say, about 30 will do. Oops, there we go, around 30, yeah, maybe less. There we go. Then go to command or control plus 0 to have the smaller size. I think this is it for this particular image. I don't think we can do anymore. To see the before and after, when I say before, I mean completely before doing anything to this image, is hold Alt and just click on this eye icon. That's before, and that is after. Before, after. Of course, it is a matter of personal preferences and liking. This is how I personally would improve the image. I hope this helps. Now at the end, what you have to do is just flatten all these layers. But before you do that, what I personally would do is I would go to File and then Save As, and then save it as a PSD file, which means you will keeping all these layers just in case if you want to do any changes in future at any time, at any point, you can do that. And then after flattening by clicking this triangle here and then flatten image, that will flatten all these layers, and then again save it as save as, and then give it a different name so that you can keep your original as well as your PSD file intact. And that's it really. I hope this helps. Thank you very much for watching this tutorial, and see you again. Bye for now.